everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a different kind of video with you guys, something I haven't done ever on my channel. And this is going to be a video properly telling you ladies who color your hair blonde how to take care of your hair after you've had a day at the salon. So, coloring your hair blonde takes a lot of stripping, soap capping, bleaching, things like that. Things that are really, really terrible for your hair, unfortunately. And a lot of hairstylists fail to mention to you guys what you should be doing with your hair after you've had it colored. The first week after coloring your hair is like bringing a newborn baby home. It is such a care time of being with your hair. You can't put it in chlorine. You really shouldn't put it in any hot water. You shouldn't really expose it to the sun whatsoever. And there is a lot of different treatments that need to happen on your hair as soon as you're home from the salon. So I am going to share with you guys today all my little tips and tricks for keeping my hair healthy after I have colored it blonde. Okay, so this video is not going to be too long, but as soon as you get home from the salon, the very first thing that you guys should do is load your hair up with argan oil. Any type of argan oil works. I know that there are a bunch on the market. I know that there's like this weird crazed obsession with oils, and I know that so many of them are on the market nowadays. I use the one and only argan oil. I have had this spray bottle for probably 7 or 8 months, so it does last you a very long time depending on how often you use it. This is sold at Ulta. I know that you can't get it from the drugstore, but you can grab it from Ulta. Any argan oil will work, but just load that hair up because all your oils have been stripped, and so you really want to replenish your hair with oil. So after you have given your hair a day or two with just putting argan oil in it and kind of giving it a break from the hard day at a salon, it is time to shampoo and condition your hair. Shampooing and conditioning your hair often is not good for it, but it is actually good for it as soon as you get it colored. As much stripping as you think you're doing, you're not doing as much stripping if you're using the right products. So if your hair is blonde, of course, you need to start with a product that has a violet color into it. It is designed as a toner, and you can find any of those at the drugstore, or you can go high-end. I am currently using the John Frieda Sheer Blonde Color Renew Tone Correcting Shampoo. This shampoo is purple, and that is where you get that tone correcting, that violet color. So it's always nice to have this. The one thing that I think a lot of girls don't do is pick up something that says tone correcting, because they're like, well, I don't need to correct anything. You know, I just paid $150 for my hair to be done, so what do I really need to correct here? Well, you're not correcting anything. You're just keeping tone. You're trying to not get that brassiness and kind of keep more of that kind of platinum color, even if you're not a complete platinum blonde. So I do own the Sheer Blonde by John Frieda, but I also own another kind. This is the Sheer Mac Distinctions Silver Plus. This is the Ageless shampoo. This is supposed to be for women who are older getting their hair colored, but I really don't see the difference between being younger. Maybe it just has a stronger tone to it. It, of course, is also a violet color. That's kind of where you're getting that nice purpley in there. And so these are the two shampoos that I use. You want to lather up your hair and leave it in for about 2 minutes. But if you have part of your hair that is more brassy blonde than another part, so like my hair, for example, is going in kind of a sombre look. We start off light and we're getting a little bit darker as we go down. This is not intentional. This is kind of just how my hair ended up because I did have the top part light and the bottom part dark, and when I decided to go all blonde, you know, the bottom part just didn't get as light as the top. That is to be expected. So I start from my ends. I leave this in my ends for about a minute, and then I just kind of soap it up into the roots and leave it in for about 30 more seconds to another minute. If your hair is all over the same color, you can just put this in for about 2 minutes. Okay, so after shampooing your hair, of course, you're going to need to condition it. Any old conditioner is not going to work, unfortunately, for that first week after you've colored your hair. You're going to need something that's either based with an argan oil or a Moroccan oil or like a Kendi Intense, something like that. But any old conditioner from the drugstore is not going to be your best friend. What I use is the Bamboo Smooth line, and I'm using their Kendi Intense Moisture Mask. This you put in your hair for about 5 minutes. A lot of times I will just get out of the shower, put this in my damp hair and leave it in for like 20 minutes and then rinse it out and then do a pretty heavy dosage of argan oil in my hair at that point. But you definitely want to be using some type of hair mask or some really, really heavy kind of conditioner that is not designed to strip your hair, because most conditioners actually have sulfate in them, just like shampoo. So really try to stick away from things like that and find yourself a nice, good mask. Try to go higher end. If you're investing the money in your hair, invest it in a good hair mask. So those are all the products that I wanted to show you that are great for putting in your hair. Now here are a few tips and tricks to kind of stay away from when you've just freshly colored your hair. The first one is no chlorine. Absolutely no chlorine in your hair for at least, I would say, 2 weeks after coloring your hair. Putting chlorine in your hair alone is terrible for it, but especially if you color your hair. The one thing that will happen is your hair will turn green. It has happened to multiple people before. Hopefully it has never happened to you. The way to avoid it is to just not get in the chlorine. And for the weeks after you have colored your hair, after you're kind of in like that safe zone, try to put a barrier between your hair and the chlorine. So a hair mask, or you can buy specific products that actually have UV protection for your hair. So that is my very first tip and trick. My second trick is no heat. You don't want to be styling your hair freshly after coloring it, because that is going to do basically worse than chlorine will do, and it's just going to damage that freshly colored hair. So when you're trying to work really, really hard at putting stuff back in your hair, you don't just want to be stripping it right back out. Pretty much it for this video, you guys. If you follow kind of my instructions on products to use and tips from staying away from your heat and staying away from chlorine, your blonde should stay true and should stay a true blonde for a long time. This is going to help you guys save money and not be getting your hair done so often, or save disappointment of your hair turning something weird or doing something weird right after coloring it. So thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. And if you guys want to see more videos on how I take care of my hair, or products that I use when I am in the chlorine and in the heat, just leave them in the comments below and I will definitely get to doing a video about that. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.